What if a simple penny could be worth thousands of dollars? Yes, you heard that right. A tiny, unassuming coin that most people wouldn't even glance at twice could hold the key to a small fortune. Today, we're diving into one of the most intriguing mysteries in numismatics, the story of the rare 1961 US penny error coin. Could you unknowingly have one sitting in your coin jar, tucked away in a drawer, or jingling in your pocket? By the end of this video, you might just find yourself rushing to check. The world of coin collecting has always been fascinating. Each coin tells a story, a snapshot of history preserved in metal. But every now and then, a mistake at the mint turns an ordinary coin into an extraordinary treasure. Such errors create a buzz, elevating the value of these coins from a few cents to thousands, or even millions, of dollars. But why the 1961 penny? What makes it stand out? And how can you recognize one? To answer that, we need to go back in time, to the United States Mint of the early 1960s. It was a bustling period for the mint, with demand for coin production reaching new heights. The economic growth of the post-war era meant more transactions, more currency in circulation, and, therefore, more coins to be struck. The year 1961 saw the mint operating at full throttle, with millions of coins produced daily. But increased production also meant increased chances of errors slipping through the cracks. The minting process in the 1960s was a blend of technology and manual labor. Machines worked tirelessly to strike planchets, the blank pieces of metal, into coins, but human oversight was still a crucial part of the operation. This combination created opportunities for errors. Misaligned dies, double strikes, and planchet flaws were some of the most common mistakes. These errors could go unnoticed during production but became glaringly obvious when collectors examined the coins years later. Now, let's focus on the 1961 penny. This humble 1-cent coin had a massive mintage, making it seem unremarkable at first glance. But amidst the billions of pennies produced that year, a few slipped through with errors so rare and unique that they've become the stuff of legend among numismatists. Imagine finding a coin with an off-center strike, where part of the design is missing, or a double die, where the images or text appear to have a shadow due to a secondary impression. These are not just quirks, they are tickets to a fascinating world of discovery and value. The 1961 penny error coins are known for several variations. Some exhibit off-center strikes, where the design doesn't align with the coin's circular edge. Others feature double dies, which occur when a die, the engraved stamp used to imprint the coin, shifts slightly between strikes. This creates a doubling effect, especially noticeable in the date, lettering, or iconic Lincoln profile. Then there are clipped planchets, where the metal blank wasn't cut correctly, leaving a crescent-shaped notch. Each of these errors transforms a regular penny into a prized collectible. Collectors who've stumbled upon these treasures often share tales that sound almost too good to be true. Stories of finding error pennies in old jars, inherited collections, or even spare change from a coffee shop transaction abound. One collector recalled the thrill of spotting a double die in 1961 penny in a roll of coins they purchased for just a few dollars. The coin, once appraised, was valued at thousands. Imagine the excitement of discovering that a small oversight made decades ago could lead to such a windfall. So, why is the 1961 penny error so valuable? Its significance lies in a mix of rarity, demand, and historical context. Coins like these are time capsules, holding the essence of mid-20th century America. For collectors, they're not just pieces of metal, they're pieces of history. The 1961 penny error stands alongside other famous mistakes, such as the 1955 double die penny and the 1943 bronze wheat penny, as symbols of how imperfections can add value and intrigue. Here's a fun fact: some error coins remained undiscovered for decades. The excitement of numismatics often lies in the hunt, in poring over coins with a magnifying glass, hoping to spot the telltale signs of a valuable error. Could the next groundbreaking discovery be lurking in your collection? The 1961 penny reminds us that even the most ordinary-looking coins can hide extraordinary secrets. Now, let's get practical. How can you identify a 1961 penny error in your collection? First, you'll need the right tools. A magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe is essential for examining the details of a coin. Reference books or online guides can help you compare your findings against known error types. Start by checking the date and lettering for any signs of doubling. Look closely at the edges for off-center strikes or unusual shapes that might indicate a clipped planchet. Be patient and methodical, the devil is in the details. It's also important to know what's not an error. Many coins show signs of wear and tear that can mimic errors but are actually the result of post-mint damage. Scratches, dents, and discoloration might look unusual but don't add value. Familiarize yourself with the differences between mint errors and ordinary flaws to avoid false alarms. Coin roll hunting is another exciting way to search for rare pennies. Collect rolls of coins from banks or change jars, and sift through them for potential treasures. It's a bit like modern-day treasure hunting, where patience and persistence can pay off handsomely. Some enthusiasts have found coins worth thousands of dollars using this method. Attend coin shows and auctions, where you can learn from seasoned collectors and even acquire valuable coins to expand your collection. The thrill of discovery is unmatched. Picture yourself finding a rare 1961 error penny in a batch of seemingly ordinary coins. The sense of accomplishment, the potential financial reward, and the connection to history make it an unforgettable experience. And remember, you don't need to be an expert to start. Resources like online forums, grading services, and community groups can guide you every step of the way. As we wrap up, let's recap what makes the 1961 penny error so special. It's a combination of historical significance, unique features, and the allure of the unknown. These coins remind us that treasure can be hiding in plain sight, waiting for someone with a keen eye and a bit of curiosity to uncover it. So, what are you waiting for? Check your change, dig out those old jars of coins, and see if you might be sitting on a fortune without even knowing it, but there's still more to explore. While the 1961 penny is a centerpiece of this story, it's part of a much broader phenomenon. Coin errors span all denominations and years, and each has its own story to tell. For example, take the legendary 1943 copper penny. In a year when pennies were supposed to be made of steel due to wartime shortages, a handful of copper planchets were struck by mistake. These pennies are now worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. Then there's the 1972 double-die penny, a coin so striking in its error that the doubling is visible to the naked eye. Or consider the 2004 Wisconsin quarter, which features an extra leaf on the ear of corn, a small detail that has fetched impressive prices at auction. These examples show that coin errors aren't confined to any one era or denomination. They're a reminder that even the smallest slip in the minting process can lead to big rewards for those who know what to look for. For the budding numismatist, this means opportunity. Start small, with the change you already have. Study up on common errors and familiarize yourself with the characteristics of valuable coins. Joining a community of collectors can also be invaluable. Online forums, local clubs, and social media groups are full of enthusiasts eager to share their knowledge and experiences. You'll find advice, resources, and maybe even mentors who can help you navigate this fascinating hobby. One of the most exciting aspects of coin collecting is the hunt. Imagine sitting down with a roll of pennies and the hope that one of them might be special. It's a game of patience and curiosity, where each coin you examine adds to your knowledge and sharpens your eye. And it's not just about the potential financial payoff. There's a deep satisfaction in uncovering a piece of history, in holding something rare and unique that connects you to the past. Even beyond error coins, there are countless avenues to explore in numismatics. Commemorative coins, ancient currency, foreign coins, each offers its own set of challenges and rewards. As you dive deeper, you'll develop an appreciation for the artistry, history, and craftsmanship that go into creating these tiny works of art. Every coin has a story, and part of the joy is uncovering what that story is. Returning to the 1961 penny, it's worth emphasizing that these coins don't just represent monetary value. They're cultural artifacts, snapshots of a time and place. The errors that make them valuable also make them human. They remind us that even in the most precise processes, mistakes happen. And sometimes, those mistakes are what make something truly special. So, where do you go from here? Start by taking a closer look at the coins you already have. If you find something that looks unusual, don't dismiss it. Research, ask questions, and consult experts if needed. Remember, many valuable coins were found by people who were simply curious and observant. You don't need to be a seasoned collector to make a remarkable discovery, and if the idea of searching through coins doesn't appeal to you, there are other ways to get involved. Attend a coin show or visit a local dealer. Browse online marketplaces and auctions. Imagine holding a penny in your hand, something that's so familiar, you probably don't even give it a second glance. But what if I told you that very penny could be worth thousands of dollars, maybe even millions? Sounds unbelievable, right? Well, stick with me, because today we're diving into the extraordinary story of the 1985 US penny error, a hidden treasure that could be lurking in your pocket or in that old jar of coins you've been meaning to sort through. This is the story of a mistake, an oversight at the US Mint that turned into one of the most fascinating and valuable coin discoveries of our time. Coin collecting, or numismatics as it's known in the world of enthusiasts, is a hobby that has captivated collectors for centuries. Coins are more than just currency, they're small pieces of history. Some coins are valuable because of their rarity, others because of their age, and then there are those that are valuable due to the mysterious and sometimes incredible errors that occur during their production. Coins with these errors can skyrocket in value, because they're not just mistakes, they're one-of-a-kind artifacts. The 1985 penny is one such coin. But what makes it so special? What sets it apart from the millions of pennies minted that year? And more importantly, how can you spot one in your collection? That's exactly what we're about to explore. Let's step back in time for a moment, to the 1980s. The United States was experiencing significant changes in many areas. Technology was evolving, the economy was shifting, and the world of coin production was no exception. The US Mint was working at full speed to meet the rising demand for coins. This was a time when coin production was at an all-time high, especially for pennies. The US Mint was using a combination of both manual and mechanical processes, striving for efficiency. But in the world of mass production, errors are bound to happen. Whether it's the misalignment of dies, double strikes, or defects in the planchets, the metal blanks used to make coins, mistakes can sneak through, and when they do, they create something rare and valuable. In 1985, a series of these errors occurred. The most significant of these mistakes was an off-center strike, a misalignment that caused the penny to be minted in a way that wasn't quite right. At first glance, the penny may have seemed just like any other, but look closely, and you'll see something extraordinary. This error, along with others like the double dies and clipped planchets, created a handful of 1985 pennies that were unlike anything else. Coins with such unique features began to capture the attention of collectors. The rise of error coins in the 1980s coincided with a period of innovation at the US Mint. In particular, the mid-1980s saw a dramatic shift in how coins were being produced. Advances in technology helped streamline the coin production process, but these improvements also increased the likelihood of errors. Machines were fine-tuned for maximum efficiency, but they weren't always perfect. Despite the careful design and high-tech machinery, some pennies didn't quite make it through the process without an anomaly. The Mint was using modern automated presses that were fast and efficient. Yet, these high-speed machines could only be so precise. As the coins were pressed and struck into their final form, some were subjected to slight misalignments or other flaws. In the case of the 1985 penny, the misalignment of the dies was particularly notable. Normally, a coin is stamped with a die at a precise angle, ensuring that the image and lettering are perfectly centered. But in the case of some 1985 pennies, the dies weren't properly aligned, leading to a coin with an off-center design. This error wasn't just a small, inconsequential flaw. It was a noticeable mistake that left a lasting imprint on the penny, one that would turn it into a collector's dream. While the 1985 penny error is one of the most famous coin mistakes from that era, it's important to understand how and why these errors occurred. In the world of numismatics, errors are often the result of a combination of factors: worn-out dies, human error, miscalibrated machinery, and even environmental conditions can all contribute to the mistakes that lead to valuable coins. With thousands of coins being minted every day, the probability of errors increases. However, these errors aren't just any mistake, they're a rare and valuable piece of history. Let's look closer at the types of errors that can occur during the minting process. One of the most well-known is the off-center strike, which is exactly what happened to the 1985 penny. This error occurs when the planchet, the metal disc that is used to create the coin, isn't aligned correctly with the die. Instead of being centered, the planchet is shifted slightly, causing part of the design to be missed. The result is a coin that is asymmetrical, with some parts of the image or text being incomplete or absent. Another common error is the double die, which occurs when a coin is struck more than once by a die that is slightly out of alignment. This causes the design to appear doubled, with overlapping images or text. The result is a coin with a distinctive, blurry look that is unmistakable to collectors. Double die errors are highly sought after, as they are much rarer than other types of minting mistakes. Clipped planchets are another form of error that occurs when the metal blank is not properly cut before it's struck by the die. Sometimes, the planchet will be incomplete, with part of the edge missing or a jagged edge where the coin was not fully clipped. These coins can be easily identified by their unusual shape, and they are prized for their uniqueness. The 1985 penny error falls into the category of off-center strikes, but there are other coins from that year that exhibit these other forms of minting flaws. These coins are rare, but they're out there, and they're worth a significant amount of money. Now that we've examined how the 1985 penny error occurred, let's take a look at why it's so valuable to collectors. While the penny is often seen as a low-value coin, those with errors can fetch surprising amounts at auctions or in private sales. The value of a coin is determined by several factors, including rarity, demand, and the significance of the error. The 1985 penny error is valuable because of its rarity. While millions of pennies were minted in 1985, only a small number of them exhibited these unique errors. Collectors are always on the lookout for these rare mistakes, and when one is found, it can command a high price. The rarity of the 1985 penny error makes it highly desirable, and this demand drives up its value, but there's more to the value of these coins than just rarity. The 1985 penny error is also significant because it represents a specific moment in time in the history of coin production. The error occurred during a period of technological innovation at the U.S. Mint, and the coins that were produced with these mistakes are a testament to that era. They're not just coins, they're historical artifacts that tell a story about the minting process and the challenges faced by the U.S. Mint during the 1980s. Collectors are drawn to error coins not only because of their rarity and value but also because of their uniqueness. Each error coin is different, and owning one is like owning a piece of history that can never be replicated. The hunt for error coins has become a popular activity among numismatists, and many collectors spend years searching for these elusive coins. The thrill of discovery is a huge part of the appeal, and for those who find a rare coin like the 1985 penny error, the rewards can be substantial. Now, let's talk about how you can spot a 1985 error penny in your collection. The first thing to know is that these error coins are rare, but they're not impossible to find. With the right tools and knowledge, you can increase your chances of discovering one. The most important tool you'll need is a magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe. These will help you examine the details of the coin closely, allowing you to spot any imperfections or unusual features. When examining a 1985 penny for an error, the first thing to look for is the alignment of the design. If the coin has an off-center strike, you'll notice that part of the image or text is missing, or it may appear shifted to one side. This is the most obvious sign that you have an error coin. Another thing to look for is any doubling of the design. If the text or image appears blurred or duplicated, it's likely a double die error. Lastly, check the edges of the coin. If the planchet is clipped, you'll see an incomplete or jagged edge. It's also important to know that not every penny with a slight misalignment or flaw is valuable. Many coins have minor imperfections that don't significantly affect their value. To spot a true error coin, you'll need to be able to distinguish between a minor flaw and a major mistake that makes the coin unique. As you begin your search for error pennies, keep in mind that patience is key. The process of finding rare coins can be time-consuming, but it's also incredibly rewarding. Whether you're going through rolls of coins from the bank or digging through old change at home, every penny you examine could be a potential treasure. The thrill of coin roll hunting is something that has captivated collectors for years. Many people enjoy the excitement of searching through rolls of coins, hoping to find a rare or valuable error. Coin shows and online forums are also great places to connect with other collectors and learn more about rare coins. In fact, some collectors have built entire careers around finding and selling error coins, making it a thriving industry in its own right. But what if you don't have the time or patience to go hunting for coins? Don't worry, you don't have to do it alone. There are plenty of resources available to help you identify rare coins and get them appraised. Online auction sites, coin grading services, and even numismatic experts can help you determine the value of your coins and guide you through the process of selling or trading them. For those who prefer a more hands-on approach, coin grading services can be invaluable. These services evaluate the condition and authenticity of coins, providing a professional assessment of their value. If you find a 1985 penny error, having it graded by a reputable service can help you determine its worth and ensure that you get the best price when selling it. So, what's the potential value of a 1985 penny error? While the exact amount will depend on the specific coin and its condition, some of these error pennies have sold for thousands of dollars at auction. In some rare cases, they've even gone for hundreds of thousands, making them one of the most sought-after coins in the world of numismatics. As we wrap up this journey into the world of the 1985 US penny error, remember that treasure doesn't always come in the form of gold or silver. Sometimes, it's hidden in plain sight, in a coin you might find in your spare change, or in that jar of old coins gathering dust on your shelf. The next time you handle a penny, take a moment to look closely. Who knows? You might just find something worth a small fortune. Before we go, I want to leave you with one final thought. Coin collecting is more than just about making money. It's about connecting with history, discovering hidden treasures, and being part of a community of passionate collectors. So, check your change, dig out those old coin jars, and who knows, you might just find a 1985 error penny waiting to be discovered. And in our next video, we'll dive into another legendary coin error. Trust me, you won't want to miss it.